Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Warframe. So, I've been putting this off long enough, let's go get those last two frames, if I can, so hidden messages. Is it... Okay, we have to solve a riddle from the inbox. Which really means check inbox and hope it's still there. Well that's not it. Ah, here we are. Hidden message, another riddle. Operator, to think. Ortis thought that mess of words was nothing more than the scrawling of some long-dead hack. You saw more. And now you have the neuroptics for a whole new Warframe. Very impressive, Operator. Exciting news. Ortis found more writing inside the Mirage's neuroptics. To build the one you think witty, seek the nymph who sang oh so pretty. She lured him in with her song and a grin. His wife must have thought it a pity. I have no idea what it means, though, if I had to describe its literary merit, I might use another word that rhymes with witty. Ortis, ship Cephalon. Okay. Well... I could solve this, or we could just look it up. Let's go with that. Alright, so riddle 1 was Olympus Mars. Second one is... Here we go. Calypso Saturn. Alright, I think I'm fine. Yeah, we're just going to keep listening to the Endless Space 2 soundtrack. It is fantastic stuff. So Saturn, Calypso. Be pretty sad if it turns out, if it turned out I couldn't reach some of these planets. There are actually a couple here and there that I cannot reach. Usually they're like in the void or in weird spots that I normally can't get to. I recently repainted my my scimitar. I don't know if it's
I need you to sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor is a complex system. Start by removing the coolant cells. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. There we go.
Admittedly, I'm not actually going to get much EXP from this, but I might as well do the bonus while we're here. I guess I didn't kill this guy. Oh, actually, that's not bad affinity. I guess Saturn is decent. Yeah, I got a Cernos Prime. I got a bunch of things that I need to level here, so I'm gonna do so with the help of the Atomos, which is kind of ridiculous. I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. I was not expecting the Atomos to be as amazing as it is. But it is a solid piece of gun. Hopefully at some point there's like a cool skin for it, because I like the Atomos, but I'm not a big fan of the skin for it, comparatively. It looks okay, it just doesn't match most frames. Actually, it doesn't really match anything. I don't know, I just want a hand cannon. There are supposedly sentient weapons that are on their way. Now, I could actually do this the right way.
We have no choice but to destroy them.
But also, like, whatever.
Coolant cell destroyed.
I've been looking into, translating, how Grineer talk. It's kind of, like, weirdly phonetic. I don't know. Digital... DE. Let's just go with that. DE. DE. My ability to word today is limited and broken. I don't know why. I guess the last time I played this was
going into stasis. Now is your chance to complete this sabotage. Use whatever you can to make sure it never works again.
That Nox was determined. He followed me a lot farther than I was expecting he would have. More or less just knock him down.
When the reactor is restarted, this will trigger a meltdown.
Okay, there we go. But yeah, DE had tweeted about all of their new partners. And so I was one of them. I was just like, I don't know how to talk to people. I talk for a living, but I don't talk to people generally for a living. Which is... you know, kind of a completely... different skill set. I talk to my friends, but like I have the hardest time,
A blast door has blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open it.
I have the hardest time actually talking with people that I'm not, like, familiar with. Because I don't know if, like, my bad jokes or just kind of dumb things I say are okay. And, like, I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure nobody minds, but it's always one of those where I'm just, like, weirdly awkward about it. Like, I think it's also, like, an only over the internet thing. Maybe it's because the fact that I'm such a kind of... I don't know if I'm gonna call myself a recluse here, but I barely, if ever, go outside. Period. And so, like, whenever it comes to, like, meeting somebody new or...
Get to extraction.
Whenever it's, like, meeting somebody new or speaking with somebody that I perceive as, like... I guess I'll say superior to me, I get, like, really weird about it. I can do it in person, no problem. But the moment it's, like, over the internet, I'm just like, I'm just a weird dude. And I'm just gonna be over here in my corner doing my thing. I think that's kind of always been the case and always will be the case. Was that? Ooh, an Amber Star. Yeah, we need more of those. I burnt all of them to get a whole bunch of endo. Am I being chased by... I am being chased by dogs. I guess I'm not going fast enough. But so yeah, DE tweeted... some people from DE were tweeting about the new partners. You know, congratulating us and so on and so forth. Which is super cool, and I really appreciated that, but I'm just like... What do I even say? I don't know. Maybe it's just that I suck at social media. I was never much of a Facebooker. Never had a MySpace, and the idea of Twitter I only really got into because I could hook my my YouTube channel into it and then just kind of let it go. And so when it comes to, like, responding to these things, my immediate reaction was to be like, Tenno, Scoob! And that was it. I suck at social media, but that's how it goes. Alright, do I have another melee weapon? In retrospect, I'm probably gonna hold on to the Vacor Sidon, seeing as it's a syndicate weapon. No, actually, I've pretty much run the gamut here. Well, everything's max level, isn't it? I guess let's just grab the Haruto. Haruto's always great. I gotta increase the fire speed on this. I don't actually know if the Cernos Prime is really that good, or if, like, the Mutilus Cernos is better. But that's okay. Did we get the thing? Did we not? We did go to Calypso, yeah? Let's see. I should probably get rid of some of those. Oh yeah, I totally missed the Formorian Disruptor. I'm sorry about that. Someday I'll do it. Okay. Yeah, I thought I did this right. Unless there was another option there. I wasn't exactly paying as much attention as I should have. Oh, yeah. I did the regular mission. I'm supposed to do hidden messages, solve the riddle from the inbox message. A couple minutes ago, somebody probably... a number of you guys probably were paying more attention than I was to, to this video. Oh, man. And, well, I'm dumb. Yeah, because I just assumed that there was an invasion going on and a fissure. And I thought I was just supposed to do the regular mission, not that there would be a separate mission for it. But that makes perfect sense, and whatever, I got some EXP out of it, I'll take it.
Distract the infested while a lone Tenno operative hunts for supplies. Set off the alarms to start.
Alright, biological attacks, be ready.
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on. Emergency life support is inbound. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time. Look for personal life support modules dropped by fallen enemies.
I really, really wish there was a tutorial slider. Like, every time I do a survival mission, she's like, go get survival life support modules. And I'm like, yes, Space Mom. I know. I know so hard at this point. Like, I actually really wish games like this would, I mean, you could even have it, like, be almost kind of dynamic. It's like, oh, you haven't played Warframe in, like, several months, especially, like, this mission type. Alright, well, that's easy. Just make it so... Wait, this is a 15-minute survival? Alright, that's, something. I guess we're gonna be here for a while. I might as well get comfortable.
Get ready for a capsule.
Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind a couple minutes survival. But yeah, it would actually be kind of cool if and the game could totally track this. It would just take some extra work. It's like, oh, you haven't been on a survival mission recently. Well, let's give you a quick refresher. And you could always just opt out of it and be like, nah, you know what? I still don't need to see this, even if,
Another life support capsule is now available.
I still don't need to see this, even if I've got the, even if I haven't played in a while. Because, like, honestly, I'm never going to forget how interception works or survival works. The only really one that I need to worry about is the defection mission, because that is, not bad. Honestly, defection isn't terrible. I think the main problem is it's just, it's hard to know how to do defection because you only do it very, very rarely. Whoever did the voice acting for this game must have had a lot of fun. Like, obviously, like, Vayhack and Vor and so on and so forth, but, I mean, even just, like, the weird, screamy horror noises from the Infested. Oh, speaking of, there's a new patch coming out. At some point, that's... Was it the Plague Moon or whatever? Effectively, there's an infested asteroid coming to the plains, which I'm really excited for, because that means I can maybe have my zombie survival. Which is cool. I don't know, I hate zombie survival, but I love zombie survival. It's always done poorly. And Warframe's never gonna get to the level of, like, Left 4 Dead, or State of Decay, or Dying Light. Just because ultimately, you know, this is a game about repetitively playing through the same mission types over and over. The main reason why this game is awesome is just because the guns are great stuff. I mean, there's more than that, but for me, the real draw for Warframe has always been the, like, variety of weapons and, like, how different they are. Like, I can play a shooter and be like, okay, so there's, like, 3 different types of machine guns, and I don't know what the differences on them are. They all just kind of feel the same to me. Every gun in Warframe generally feels distinct, though not exactly, always equal. But that's okay, like, whatever. You don't have to have all guns created equally. You just have to be able to, have all guns be fun.
Let's go on the offensive.
Most of them. I really wish that... Well, I guess that would be transmission volume, maybe. I don't know. I just wish I could,
Tenno, prepare for life support.
I guess I just wish I could have a button that, turns off all idle chatter. That would be nice. And, like, I guess that would be transmissions, but Lotus would still be making noise. And Ortis has his own speech bar? I don't know. Wait, really? I earned no focus for that. Huh.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Maybe it's because I'm leveling my Nidus and a weapon. I don't know. I've never really understood how focus works. I never really got into it because I pretty much just got enough focus that I could get the Zeneric.
I'm sensing another void imprint. It's dark. I see the glow of restraints around the Warframe. I'm trying to surge the revive system, but I can't. I'm too far away. A great faceted eye watches her.
Alright. See, that was something that I want to hear. That's why I can't just turn off speech. And whatever. Because, like, those little lore bits are actually really cool. Obviously, I would really love to have, like, a much more in-depth story mode for Warframe someday. Because the Plains is a really fun playground to run around on. But I always feel like they could have so much more of an interesting plot. Because they have this, like, fascinating universe, and I'd love to see them, like, actually commit to that even further. And they've been doing better. You know, stuff like War Within and whatever was interesting. I just wish they had uniquely sort of laid out levels that are memorable. Maybe? I don't know.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
But that I don't need to hear. Every time. It's like, have I heard that before? I've heard that before. Alright. Turn it off. Make it so I never have to hear it again. What games do that well? I don't know, actually. Not many. I've definitely been playing, like, too many JRPGs lately where all the characters say the exact same thing over and over and over again, and it's just like, no, please don't do that. Like, during battle, they'll shout the name of the move that they're using, and it's like, I don't really want to hear that, like, a billion times. Oh, man. I'm a bit of a weed, and I like to read light novels, because, honestly, that's where, like, half of anime and manga, like, come from nowadays. And if you don't know what a light novel is, generally they're amateur novels. You know, just like some random person decides to write a book and then it gets popular enough until it gets turned into a show or a comic or whatever. It's not uncommon, but the quality can be a bit of a roller coaster. But I was reading one for a little while and I actually thought it was really cool. I don't even remember the name of it because it was not, you know, the title wasn't translated. It was, you know, something Ryzen Tensei. I don't know. But halfway through the story, you know, the character, it's like a fantasy setting or whatever. Halfway through, the character starts shouting the names of their attacks over and over and over again, and like using specific maneuvers and whatever. And it's like, I mean, that works for like fighting games, like Hadoken, maybe.
Additional life support has arrived.
But I just reading it, like, anytime it went to fight mode, instead of actually being anything interesting, they just started, like, spamming their super moves, and I was just like, okay, well, this isn't writing anymore, this is just word vomit. I get sad. Imagine how, imagine how awful that would be if there was the, there was, oh, dude, that actually would be a really funny, April Fool's, now that I'm thinking about it. So every stance has a whole bunch of, like, different moves within it that I almost never use. Like I could actually check my melee combos. Yeah, Inferno, Rushing Fire, Rise from the Ashes. E, pause, E. Maybe? I don't know. I just like to punch things. Like, I'm sure the combos are actually quite good. Or I could just start swinging at things and destroy them. I should probably actually go get some life support, shouldn't I?
Life support incoming.
I would love it if they actually had like a really goofy,
life support has been replenished.
Really goofy April Fools. Probably would take some effort. But just imagine if, like, you equip your melee weapon, you start using the combos, and they'd actually shout out the name of the attack every time for that day, loudly for everybody to hear. That would be awful. And it would be a hilarious, it would be a hilarious April Fool's.
Capsule is now available.
Way too much work, though. Absolutely way too much work. Though I do have to say, I actually really wish there was like a visual indicator for using combos, because it would be cool if you could see, like, in corner while practicing combos. It's like, all right, E, pause, E, and it would like light up properly if you did it correctly. That would actually be kind of appreciated for somebody that more or less just mashes the E button and just watches things die. Would be nice, I don't know. But I guess I could just practice it, know what the attacks look like. Or I could just continue not, and, just being really lazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, what I would gladly have is actually have it that you, instead of just pressing E on the keyboard, if they actually went with, like, if they went with the, how do I describe this? I'm trying to think of games that had, like, really good third-person action combat. If you could actually, have, like, a series of heavy attacks, light attacks, and maybe, like, a third type, and you'd actually have to pull your melee weapon out, kind of like how I have to pull out my secondary instead of just being able to pop off a shot.
Another life support capsule is now available.
But it'd be like, it'd actually be kind of cool if you could do like combos of heavy attacks, light attacks, and that instead of like the pauses, the like sort of fighting game, one button fighting game controls. Because I would be so much more into melee if I actually had heavy attacks and light attacks as like a concrete thing that I could use. It would probably frustrate people more than actually improve. But I think it would be so much easier for me to learn and enjoy that way. It'd be really hard with stuff like the Haruto though, because it's like, well, this thing attacks crazy fast. Good luck pulling off that combo.
That should keep you going for a while.
That should be enough. Dang. A lot of these guys now. I still also really want that mutator set up. I don't know, I just want a mission where it's just stupid amounts of infested. Instead of just like a couple at a time, like give me tons. Make it a problem. Unfortunately, I usually only ever get those on like holiday events or the odd sortie where I'm just being mobbed and I'm happy about it, sort of. Ah. What the? Thank you, bug. I really want to see one of these things where they actually attach like a torso to it, or like an upper body that isn't just a gun. It'd be funny. Probably actually wouldn't be that funny. It'd just be amusing. Also, really hope at some point.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
Are we done? Nope, we're not done yet. I hope at some point they actually add like a. I want to call it a knockoff Grineer Warframe. Like, okay, Zanuka is kind of like a Warframe, a corpus dog frame, effectively made out of dead Warframes, which I mean is kind of interesting in and of its own right.
Another life support capsule.
But like, I'd actually really enjoy playing as one of those. I want to be Blade Wolf, or like a Grineerish Warframe, because you'd think after fighting Warframes enough, you try and make your own, which is, I guess, exactly what Zanuka is supposed to be.
I won't lose her, that I have another ship on its way. She is smiling because she knows I am lying. Tenno, the second blueprint has been recovered.
I really wish there was actually more of Lotus talking and like the backstory for Mirage, because currently she has said 3 lines in relation to this quest, and I wish she actually said like 20, and actually like there was a fair amount there, because it wouldn't take too much. It would just be writing voice acting, because I can just sit there and listen to cool log entries. Actually, hell, I actually really wish that there was more of that just in general for Warframe. Because this is a really cool universe that I really enjoy, like, experiencing.
Life support activated. Extraction is available, if you need it. The operative has just made their first discovery. Keep up the good work.
Like, I think it would be cool if maybe on these quest missions, you know, obviously going back and redoing them would be a problem. But it would be cool if you could, like, oops. If you could, like, be playing a mission and it would have, like, a lore tidbit pop up and you could listen to it for a while. Or keep it around or something. I don't know, I've been playing a lot of games that just have logs and lore. And it's actually really cool to me. You know, Horizon Zero Dawn did it well. They had really interesting lores and logs.
Construct the Warframe component so we can decipher the next clue. Though I must admit, Tenno, I am not sure I want to know what happens next.
Okay, Mirage Systems. Super easy. Oh, I've got a spare Avara Systems. Cool. Alright. Well, next part is wait. Yep. Alright, Limbo Theorem.
Please, do find the rest of those proofs. I must solve these equations. The suspense is killing me.
There was more dialogue with him earlier. I was hoping that switching back and forth between would actually reset his dialogue, but it didn't do it. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, so the so Ortis wants something. I don't know. Let's pull it up. Limbo Theorem. So I'm not actually sure where I'm supposed to go. Sirtis Mars. Well, I guess that makes it easy. What kind of mission is it? Sirtis Mars. I don't see it at all. Huh. Yeah. That's different. Oh, it's an Arcwing one. That's why I didn't see it. That's a problem. My Grattler is the silliest thing ever.
If there are any proof fragments bouncing around this limbo frequency, these radio towers will pick them up.
Why am I so fast? So how many rounds of this am I supposed to do? I might actually need help for this.
We are now in control of this tower.
That concerns me. I mean, maybe I'll be okay. Hopefully they mostly just go for me instead of the points. We'll see.
The tower is online.
Okay. Yeah, at least it shows me where my enemies are. Makes it a little bit easier, but also kind of a problem. I don't know. Interception is a scary thing. Especially, like, most people are going to have to do this quest alone. Warning, projectile incoming.
Scanning the limbo frequency now.
If this was a extraction, I think I'd be more into it. Not far enough. Okay, it does look like it's a lot easier to do interceptions here, though. Because here I can just be like, oh, well, there's the enemies. Problem solved. Okay, let's head for B. I'm sure we're going to lose a tower here, but I've got pretty good control at this point. Come on, just keep coming for me. Don't go for my towers. I need Zim.
Operator, I'm pleased to report that we are in full control.
Alright, well, might as well go do some hunting here. It does feel like my enemies are a little bit more focused on just flying around doing whatever. Maybe that's kind of the benefit to doing an interception. Is an interception in Arcwing mode, the enemy isn't particularly keen on objectives. They're just keen on murder. Which I guess helps. There we go. Why is melee so garbage than Arcwing? I guess part of it is... It's probably because... Where are you? What? I don't... I mean, this guy got by. I swear there was another guy that was, like, shooting at me, though. Okay. Well, we'll see. But yeah, melee is generally supposed to, like, you're supposed to have, like, a hefty combo counter. But you can't really have a combo counter in Arcwing, can you? So that would probably explain the awkwardness of melee. Either that or I'm just completely lacking mods. I am lacking mods. You don't get a whole lot while you're doing Arcwing missions. Someday, I mean, originally I thought Plains of Eidolon would involve a fair bit more Arcwing. But someday what I might do is actually just sit down and say, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna go play a silly amount of Arcwing missions, and we'll just get what we need. Are there any Arcwing survival missions? Because I would actually play some Arcwing survival. It would be awkward, but I think it would be a lot easier for me than many of the other ways of, like, handling this.
Excellent. We have completed the scan. May I suggest turning every last enemy into scrap?
Are we done? Was that it? If that was it, that makes this a lot easier.
They're on to us now, but if you would like, we can attempt another scan.
He said the scan was complete. Did I get what I needed?
The data collected here today will go a long way in supporting our cause.
Oh. We're supposed to pick up enemy drops. I think I got enough. Okay, that's good. I guess I only had to get 3. That was not clear that I was supposed to be collecting drops from them. But I think we've got it. This will get us the Limbo Systems Theorem. And then we just do an excavation, yeah? Yeah. Well, while we wait for this, I'm gonna go quickly, upgrade my Nidus. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that between episodes, because it looks like this is a great time to, stop and switch. So, I guess I'll see you guys next time. And as always, thanks for watching.